Writes, hey guys, love the show. This came to me while talking to a friend. What if Michael Bay directed a Fast and Furious spinoff with Hobbs or someone else? This franchise is kind of still his, and I would love to see a spinoff on Hobbs. It also can't be as bad or worse than Transformers 4. Thanks.
Okay. Everybody knows how much I hate Transformers 4. That being said, I am not on the total out and out down on Michael Bay. I believe Michael Bay brings with him, he's a very unique director, and he brings with him a certain set of tools and skills in his tool belt, in his director tool belt, that I believe makes him uniquely positioned to direct certain types of movies. That's why I was excited when I heard he was directing the first Transformers. I thought he did a good job on the first Transformers. One of my guilty pleasure movies is Armageddon. I love The Rock, the movie The Rock, and all that kind of stuff. A Hobbs, which is The Rock's character in Fast and Furious, a Hobbs spin-off movie. First of all, if you saw Furious 7, you know I think they got to do a Hobbs spin-off movie. They've made this character just one of the coolest characters in the world right now. I actually think Michael Bay is the guy to direct a film like that. I believe the tools that he brings along in his belt are the tools you need to make a movie like that. A bit ridiculous, way over the top, really bombastic, all that kind of stuff. I think Michael Bay's not the guy to do it, but he would certainly be in the barrel of monkeys that I would pull out of to direct this film. I think it would actually be a really nice fit, which I know it sounds odd coming from the guy who called the Transformers 4 one of the worst movie-going experiences in the last 5 years, but that's where it went. I think he could be a good guy for it. I don't know. Am I way too optimistic about this?
No, because I agree with you. It was one of the worst movie-going experiences of the last 15 years. It's horrible. I left for 15 minutes and I was like, oh my God, it's still going on? It's not even half over? Anyway. I misread that. At first I thought it was like, Michael Bay's directing Calvin and Hobbs. I was like, what kind of world did I wake up in? But you know what? I completely agree with you. I think Michael Bay is a very talented director, and I love The Rock. I mean, not just Dwayne The Rock, but The Rock, the movie. Yeah. And I also really love Pain and Gain. And I think he's a talented director.
I keep forgetting about, Pain and Gain.
He's done a lot of fun, good films. Transformers, none of them are good films to me. So I feel like, they equate just a popcorny kind of people who like the robots, but then I don't know. I can't wrap my head around the Transformers world of the movies. I just can't. So I know a lot of fans out there love the Transformers movies. I'm glad you dig them. Don't hate on me because I don't. I'm just they're just not for me. But I would love to see him do another action film, sort of in the Bad Boys tone, with The Rock. And I think that's a perfect mashup. Michael Bay knows how to shoot action scenes. He knows how to shoot explosions. And if you just only know nothing about Michael Bay and you only see Pain and Gain, you know that he can do comedy, which is a thing that a lot of people don't understand about Michael Bay. He can actually do fun comedy and something that's even harder to do, action comedy. And The Rock is all about action comedy, delivery, big, explosions. I think it's a perfect team up.
And with Pain and Gain, he has worked with The Rock already before. So. Anyway, Mark.
I don't hate this idea, and I know Bud Light loves the idea of getting their product in the next Fast and Furious franchise film. I think Michael Bay does have a lot of talent, and as an action filmmaker, I think this is a good idea, actually. Now, I don't think that he nails the comedy tone a lot. I think that he misses the mark, and that he thinks that he's a lot funnier than he actually is, and I think that's evidenced by the Transformers franchise.
No, I discount the Transformers. I'm not counting that.
But those are 4 huge movies that he's been working on.
But I already said, if you watch just Pain and Gain, that's
I didn't like
funny.
Pain and Gain either. Right. I didn't think that was fun. I thought that missed the tone.
It's like saying that dude's really ugly. If you don't look at anything but his nose. If you don't look at anything but his nose, he's not really that
I'm
ugly.
trying to cut the guy some slack. Guys.
Hey, so am I. And look, again, I think that you brought up Bad Boys, and that kind of started to win me over. And I love The Rock. I think it's one of the best action movies of the 90s. And I think The Rock is a great action star. And having Michael Bay do this movie, I would actually sign off on that idea. If for no other reason, it's because I didn't grow up playing with toys of the Fast and Furious franchise. So as long as Michael Bay is doing that movie and he's not ruining some other franchise, then have at it. Enjoy the Hobbs spinoff. Let's go see it.
Yeah, Michael Bay directs Thundercats. Oh.